the economic cost of not having social policy is huge. And one component of the debt and the deficit is that we do not have social policy.
What has been lacking in all this discussion is the social realities, and they can't be ignored. They can't just be considered as something that people have to go along with. So I think this conference and the activities in general of the European Economic and Social Committee are to get that right balance between economic progress, between an internal market that works, but always accompanied by a social dimension and respect of fundamental rights.
The social policy is absolutely crucial, vital. It's always been part of the overall vision of the European Union. It's of crucial importance at the moment. And what is the cost? Well, I think Anna Diamantopoulou also spoke about the risk of social unrest, about the risk of a lack of social cohesion, even, as we heard from Professor Zamani this morning, of a democracy itself being undermined if social cohesion is not as strong as it should be in the European Union.
Europe is going to be considered more and more as something that doesn't push social rights, but threatens social rights. And it's very, very, very bad for the European integration, because if there is not popular support to the idea of Europe, we are not going to go further.
We have a big problem here because in Italy the immigration is not considered as a question that we have to resolve, because the social exclusion is concerning not only the first generation but also the second generation, because the social status of this immigrant is usually negative, and it has a lot of consequence concerning their children. So there is a big problem of integration, of social inclusion also for the children.
In Malta we have a very advanced e-government whereby most of governmental services are available online. So you have a category of people, and unfortunately these are usually the most vulnerable groups who cannot access these services. You get older people who do not want or find it difficult to make use of information technology. You have the unemployed, who unfortunately get even more excluded because of the fact that they do not make use of information technology.
Education, as we've been hearing over the past 2 days, is very important in the context of social exclusion, because education, or proper education, inclusive education, can help to prevent people from moving over the edge, from moving into exclusion in one way or another, whether it's poverty, dropping out from school, whatever it is. We've been hearing about all of this.
When we spend for education, there is not a public expenditure, it's an investment. And we must think always this is the problem. And also, if in the national accountability is named the expenditure, there is an investment for the future.
Education is vitally important for Europe in general, in any case, because we cannot hope to compete with countries that have, or regions indeed, that have cheaper labour costs than Europe. Our comparative advantage is in a highly educated workforce. So education in general is very important for Europe.